darkness surrounds us. It's time to light up the night. It's time for Zero Dark 30 with John.
Yay!
You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth.
Well, hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Prepared Mind channel. Zero Dark 30, busting out of the bunker, coming at you live and avoiding accidents. Wow, I tell you, folks, this is incredible. Incredible. I've got to tell you this, folks. Ursula von der Leyen, her, European Union, her commission received the World Prize for Peace and Freedom. Peace and freedom. The European Union Commission, under Ursula von der Leyen, received the World Prize for Peace and Freedom. Now, never mind who gave this prize and who the leaders or the commission was that put this shit together. Just think about it. When wrong is good, when evil is good, when bad is good, when down is up, we're in big trouble. You see, these people actually believe this, that she should get the prize for peace and freedom. The World Prize for Peace and Freedom. Folks, Ursula von der Leyen is the leader of the European Union. She loves war. She's not a nice person. No one that you want to sit down and have a drink with and take home to mama. Not in my opinion. Have you noticed that all these political leaders are cut from the same cloth? Whether it's Ursula von der Leyen or Light in the Loafers, Senator Lindsey Graham. They seem to be bloodthirsty, always looking for a chance to go to war. Literally. Not figuratively, not kinda, but always. And it's not, I don't think it's an accident. I think it's part of their psychopathy. It's bad news. This is the world we live in. This is the world we're going to die in. This is the world our children and grandchildren get. A world where rational thinking is something we're required to have. Up to the point where you question authority. You see, you're not allowed to question authority, but you're supposed to be rational and obey and listen to the laws. But Hunter Biden, he's finally discovering that, well, wait a minute, he just might be held accountable. But the left, the politicians, they just get away with it left and right. They push for war, and look what's happening. In Ukraine, they're forcing people into the military, called the draft. But it's not just 18-year-old men. It's not just 18-year-old men. Or keep fighting. And why? Why are they being forced to fight? It's because the leadership wants it. Well, who's pushing the leadership? That's right, Ursula von der Leyen, right, who gets up every day and puts her skirt on and is very grateful that she's a woman, because she's not going to go and pick up a rifle and go fight the Russian war machine. And I'm not naive, folks. Every country has a war machine. They're supposed to, they should, for self-defense. But if you think about what's been happening, thousands and tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, of Ukrainian men have been sent to their death to fight for Zelensky and people like von der Leyen. The commission gets the world prize for peace and freedom. There is no part of fighting an awful war that is peaceful. Now, did Ursula von der Leyen, did she come out and say, hey, look, we are against America sending cluster bombs? Not to my knowledge. Did she come out and say, I'm against giving long-range missiles to the Ukrainian military? No, I didn't hear that one either. Nor did I hear any complaints about using drones to attack Moscow or the submarine or torpedo-style drone that was used to blow up a civilian bridge far from the front lines. Well, once again, Ursula von der Leyen, I don't remember hearing her complaining about that and calling instead for peace. For peace. You know, people that call for peace, you can hear them. Like, see, Hungarian leader Viktor Orban. You know, we should be supplying peace. We should be encouraging peace. Instead, what are they encouraging? Well, more war. So how can it be, folks, that calling for war wins someone a peace prize? Now let's step back and go, oh, it's not just peace, it's peace and freedom. I mean, freedom like Zelensky arresting political dissenters. Let's see, for encouraging that, for supporting that, for providing funds for that. The European Union Commission, what has it done for peace and freedom? Because I haven't heard anything about it. All I've heard is just absolute 100% support for that short fruitcake Zelensky come from the European Union and the rest of the world. Right? He arrests his political opponents. He confiscates wealth. He even arrests and punishes members of the church. While he goes on vacation in the Italian Riviera. Way to go. That's peaceful. There it is. There's your peace. Folks, it hasn't hit home yet. And when I say it hasn't hit home, I mean literally. It hasn't hit home yet. And what I'm talking about is in our lives, we're not being affected to the extent that Ukraine is. But what were to happen if there was a country that invaded us? In Europe, right, encouraged all of us to fight to the death, right? Would we expect them to get the peace prize? No, maybe some other kind of prize, but certainly not the peace prize. Here we are, though. It's that kind of a world where being violent and against freedom will get you a prize. And I guess one last way to look at this is, well, maybe this commission was for peace and it's the rest of the European Union. That's like saying Nazis are good because there was a Nazi in Hitler's cabinet that was for peace and freedom. So we have to look at the whole Nazi party as good, despite everything that Hitler and Himmler and everyone did, despite all the lying that Goebbels did and all the terrorism that came. No, they must be good, right? according to the way the Peace and Freedom Award winners are, because, they were a good part of an organization that was promoting a lot of ill. Chance favors the prepared mind. Folks, get prepared. They're trying to do that here, are they not? Oh, actually they are. They're pushing for war here. Don't believe me? Think back to 2020 and why they did it and when they did it. When? Before presidential election. When? Where are we at now? Before presidential election. Get prepared. Chance favors the prepared mind. Is yours?